Bentura Kwamboka, KTN, Nairobi.
Kenyans are currently adjusting to the new pump prices, with diesel now retailing higher than even petrol. Many are asking, how did we land on these prices? KTN's Noah Kipkemboi unpacks.
Petrol and diesel are up by 16 shillings and 65 cents and 46 shillings and 29 cents per litre. Price hikes that will see a litre go for 214 shillings and 25 cents and 242 shillings and 92 cents respectively. So, what goes into this final price? First is the journey from the source market to the port of Mombasa.
After the product has been priced at the source, then we have what we call freight and insurance. So this is the cost of transporting this fuel from the Middle East to Mombasa port and the insurance thereof. And then we have handling prices at the Mombasa, the cost of Kenya pipeline, and the associated cost that has to do with transportation of that product all the way from Mombasa to Kisumu or whichever pipeline that we are doing. And once that product is there, in these tanks which are considered custom boarded warehouses, before it is released to the oil marketers to be sold, then they also have to pay government levies.
When the taxes and levies kick in, the price starts to skyrocket.
For the landing cost for diesel is about 167. So on top of that 167, you need to load the VAT Act, the VAT, which is 8%. So the road maintenance levy is between 2 to 3 shillings per litre. And then there is the petroleum development levy. There is the anti-adulteration levy. And then there's also what we are calling the shipping levy. If you add all these components, the taxes would form almost 50% of the total cost of fuel.
In comparison to our neighboring countries, Kenyan prices are now on the lead, leaving questions as to how they have lower prices.
For example, in Tanzania, petrol is at 205 shillings and diesel is at 211, as you've mentioned. If you look at, for example, in Uganda, petrol is at 179.7, while diesel is at 174.
The way we tax petroleum is not the same way it is taxed in Uganda, and I'm not very sure whether it is the same way that it is taxed in Ethiopia. And so that component alone accounts for much of the differences that we see.
According to EPRA, the government utilized 5 billion shillings from the Petroleum Development Levy to subsidize diesel and kerosene.
Of that subsidizing, for me, it is not the very best, because the best one would have been where they bring the price of kerosene a bit higher, so that what they are adding in kerosene, they can reduce in diesel. When you reduce in diesel, you will be making people who are buying kerosene and super subsidized diesel, and that is good because diesel is used in mass transport, it is used in production, and it is used in more economic driving activities in the country.
Experts have warned that the high fuel prices might persist for the next 3 months, urging Kenyans to tighten their belts. Noah Kipkemboi, KTN.
Ahead in this bulletin,